review on my On3 Performance Turbo Kit installed on my 2014 Mustang GT. I've had the kit for a few years now. I've probably put about 15,000 miles on it and am exceptionally pleased with the performance and just the overall kit. I'm very, very happy with. So let's take a look under the hood and see how I've got mine set up. I apologize for the dirtiness of the engine bay. This is a race car, or a car that is raced. It is not a show car. Oh. So, I have the base 60mm turbos. They are non-ball bearing. They are journal bearing. I do not have anything additional done to the kit other than powder coating. These are On3 Performance Turbo blankets. The only difference is I put some push lock fittings on the wastegates that run to the boost leash controller. I love the boost leash controller. It does exceptionally well. It is ran off of manifold pressure currently. No CO2, no compressed air or anything like that. I have filters for them. I was at the racetrack, so I was not running them. Blow off valve has a little bit of wear on it from the sun and different things like that. Like I said, this car gets driven a lot. Just some small things with the kit. You know, some of the clamps, it's a little bit hard to get to fit. If you are somebody who's not willing to do any type of maintenance with the kit or adjustment to it, you just think it should go together like Legos, this probably is not the kit for you. It will take probably a little bit of modification. When I first got the kit, they had an issue with a jig wherever it was made, and I had this driver side had to have the manifold adjusted on the wastegate side, and that caused a little bit of fitment issues, and they got it squared away, but I was impatient. I did not wait for the spacer and the different things they made for them. I'm going to do some modifications to this car with the wastegates, and I'm going to route them down and get them back out of the downpipes and some things like that. But overall, I am exceptionally pleased with this car, with this kit rather. This car has now I think a 3B converter, 6R80. It is tuned by Cy Lee on E85. I haven't really gotten any good times, no time slips really on it since he's been tuning the car, and even if I did, I'm not telling some of y'all sneaky punks. So it has met my expectations, that's for sure. The kit overall, I mean, I am an On3 Performance dealer. I'm not getting paid anything for this video. I do not get sponsored. They don't offer sponsorships or anything like that. But whenever I love a product, I'm going to give them a shout out. And this kit is exceptional. I mean, for the amount of money that these are, we sell them for, I think the price is $37.50 shipped for the base kit with no upgrades. I mean, for that, you just really cannot beat that. The car, I mean, it drives perfect. It does perfect. Now, some of that comes with tuning and things. I will tell you that on 93 octane with a previous tuner, it went 658 at 103. So it had a lot more in it. And but we changed over to corn and changed tuner just because of some scheduling conflicts and things. So exceptionally pleased with this car. So let's do a quick startup vid here. Car has an X pipe. It had the BBK Aftercat X, and then I bought the Cat Deletes and sort of made my own X pipe with that, and it gives me some adjustability. And here we go. RTX pipe because of the rules that we are required at the no prep. Check engine light is from where we removed the evap system, and I haven't loaded the tune that cancels that out. And so yeah, I mean, it idles great. Throttle's very responsive. I'm not going to be able to drive the car because obviously, as you saw, it is on a trailer. And I probably should have let that warm all the way up, but you know what? It'll be okay. It is on a trailer because if you watch some of my other videos, it's going south this weekend, and there's no point in me taking it off the trailer. Quick overview of the On3 Performance Turbo Kit. I'm going to post a couple of the videos of some of my previous passes. You can check out the channel. I've got all kinds of videos from it. I've put a ton of miles on this car. One of the biggest questions that I get, I am a dealer for On3 Performance and KOTVmotorsports.com, KOTV Motorsports. We can get you set up in whatever On3 kit that you want. But you know, I've driven this car to work a lot. I've driven this car to Charlotte. I've driven it in one weekend. Went to Wilkesboro Dragway, or let's see, I went to Kanawha Valley Dragway on Friday evening, turned around the next morning and went to Wilkesboro Dragway the next day. And that's a round trip of, like, I don't even know, like, it's 8 hours driving, and raced the car. So it's done exceptionally well. There's some little odds and ends that I would fix, that I would get done, but I'm going to get done. But overall, you know, as long as you take your time with putting the kit on, or if you have it done professionally, you know, this kit is going to last for a good while. It's one of the biggest questions we get asked is, how long does it work? I know Cy Lee ran his for like 20,000 miles or something, and used the same turbos and had no problem. And overall, as long as you don't slap it together, this kit is going to do just as good as a lot of your kits. A lot of people are willing to pay the additional money for a big name turbo, Garrett turbos, Precision Turbo, and the kits that are $10,000 and $12,000 and all kinds of craziness, and I just couldn't afford that. I'm a poor hillbilly from West Virginia, and you know, it was either this or I was gonna have to go with, you know, a Vortec or something like that. I just felt that the turbo was going to be my easiest route to make the most power for the least amount of money possible. And I believe that this kit, I mean, I've seen the 60mm turbos push 1,000 horsepower out of these cars. So, and doing it for all under, you know, I powder coated my pipes and the compressor cover. I did the labor myself because I have a shop, and all I was probably, even with tuning, the initial cost was probably under $5,500, and I sold some stuff to be able to do that, and I bought the boost leash and did some additional stuff that was not really required per se. Some things that I wish I would have done. Wish I would have got the vacuum distribution block. Wish I would have done the push lock fittings from the start, from Vibrant Performance. Some of those things. Wish I did not have turbo blankets from the start. Wish I would have had those and made those fit initially, because after the kit sort of settled, it was a little bit difficult to get those on and get those working properly. But all in all, the kit is just an amazing kit. You know, there's little bugs that you have to deal with when installing them. There's a lot of little things that go into it, and you know, they say that those things, you don't have that with, say, the Armageddon kit or the Hellion kit, and And I understand that for the $4,000 additional cost or whatever, $4,000 to $5,000 more, I was willing to deal with those little quirks of getting things to fit. They made the kit around a certain car, and you know the engine in these cars can shift left to right, and so you know certain things. V-bang clamps twist. You know they set at a certain spot. They are not marked to where you know you're going to have to really do some work to do that. And but it was worth it to me. I mean, anybody who has worked on cars, I wouldn't say anybody, but if you have some good knowledge of working on vehicles and turbo kits and things like that, it's really not an extremely difficult process to do. We install them. We've installed a couple of kits now, and they work. I know that it's a lot less money, but they just seem to really do the job. I don't have a lot of money in my car, and the car runs. It's been mid-6s in the 8th mile, and I know it's a $33,000 car from the factory. I understand that, but to be a street car that I would drive right now to the Florida Keys and go and take it on vacation and drive home and have no problem knowing that the On3 kit, converter, drive shaft, suspension from UPR would be fine, would have absolutely zero problem, and I would probably, you know, my wife would fall asleep in the passenger seat because it just does so well. With full exhaust on, with the GT500 mufflers that I had, you couldn't even hear the car run after putting a turbo kit on it. So the two turbos muffled the sound down so much that it was unreal. And I'm going to end up putting those back on eventually. But, yep, this is my review. I'm going to put some videos up. I'll probably do that before this. But, so, like, share, subscribe. If you like this, I'm going to be doing some more reviews. I'm going to do a review on the boost leash, a review on the converter, Circle D converters for the win. This is a billet converter, and it's awesome. UPR performance suspension on all four corners, strange front shocks, struts, and Viking shocks, double adjustables in the back, and those are the trick. Those really work. Would love to do the Viking fronts. They're just expensive, and I am poor, and so maybe one day. But I've got other cars and other things that I'd rather put the money into. Eventually going to have a compressed air system in here, and should help us with the launch. But it's a full interior street car, so I love it. On3 Performance for the win. Check them out. KOTVmotorsports.com. KOTVmotorsports14 at yahoo.com. 304-888-9992 if you want to get a hold of me and place an order for a kit. I'd be more than happy to do that. And all right, well, thanks a lot. Peace out, Girl Scout.